Sup, dog? Melee is dead. Oh, I have my coffee as, per usual, and, my energy drinks. Usually I have an energy drink, coffee, then a little caffeine powder into water to get some hydrated, and then more coffee and more energy drinks. Life is really dull, and I need to just push forward at all times. We're going to be talking about Melee again. I guess the people at the finals announced the Melee rework and what to expect, but it's a little teaser because they know it's bullshit. All right, so this is, the finals, the main page that they have, and I might get a little blurry because usually when I wear a gray shirt, anything that's not green, I get blurry. I don't know why. So the trailer opens up with, robot dick in your face. Thank you, Embark. And here's dick from a man. I guess it's an alien, my bad. Oh, tricked me, and here's more dick. Welcome to season 11. The Dick Masters, dude. Can't wait to play that shit. And you know what's kind of funny? This is like Dollar Tree Omni-Man, dude. The looks of it looks cool, right? If we're talking about just strictly like the guns, like, oh cool, I get this little space gun here and the space gun here. And hey, I could be the robot man or space man or alien man. It's kind of cool, all right? I get it. We're not gonna hate on the trailer that much because it's just fun. But anyways, yeah, July 9th, the Dick Masters, dude. Jabroni87 says, looks like people are finally getting their much requested moon map. The Boom Boom Man says there is Omni-Man. Yeah, it's like budget Dollar Tree Omni-Man. Free TV. Is that from True TV? He says, oh, I'm so ready. Cool, dude. I'm not that ready, all right? That's right. Now we're talking. Who are these NPCs, dog? Oh, Hyper Borealis or whatever, the Steam Hams guy. He says, finally, space season. Hyper, why are you commenting as like an NPC, dog? You're supposed to be the doomer, and you're like, finally, space season, dog. I guess you are taking your advice from your last video that you're going to be optimistic. But you know what? It's weird, man. I know my first video of you is just the doomer, dude. And here you are like, ooh, the slop is so tasty. All right, cool, dude. Let's see. Listen to the community about space, but not about Melee. Sarcasm, maybe. But what we're going to talk about is they added a little short. So if you're on Instagram or X or whatever have you, this is the true Melee rework that they announced. It's only at 20K views on YouTube, but there's more views on the other socials. But here, we're gonna watch their short because season 11 trailer, we're not watching the same goddamn shit. But here it is. Look at this. We've introduced 2 new systems, and it's the Melee swords. So let's watch this bitch.
To make Melee more viable.
Okay, real talk. Look at this man's gray hair. All you motherfuckers talking about Melee, he's just like, I'm balding and I'm graying out. Yo, props to this guy actually try to do work. Let's listen to Matt Lowe, dog, from Lowe's Hardware.
We've made several changes. We've done a full balance pass on all the weapons, increasing damage, modifying swing speeds, and adjusting ranges.
Okay, so damage, ranges. Got it. Okay. Did I just say ranges twice? Wait, let's go back.
Increasing damage, modifying swing speeds, and adjusting range.
Got it. Swing speeds. Awesome. So now not only am I going to hit harder and faster and further, what's the caveat?
To offset some of this increased power and reduce the frustration of being on the receiving end.
The frustration of the receiving end. See, they don't care about the game anymore. It's really easy to fight against these Melee. Just don't push in all the way. Just play on the outside field. If they're really truly about esports, make it like esports, dude. But the only reason why they're doing this is because everyone who wants to play the finals is like, man, I'm just getting swiped at the sword and the hammer guy, and I'm going to play a different game that, ties my shoes for me and brushes my teeth because I'm a big boy. So while they're playing those games, Embark is like, oh shit, we need more money. Fine, we'll just kill Melee. That's going to piss off the people who actually love playing Melee. So they're like, okay, we're going to make things stronger for the Melee, but they're going to be kind of weak with everything else because we want that money, dog. Because remember, it's all about the money.
With Melee attacks, we've introduced 2 new systems.
And that's it, dude. That's it. There's like a little fraction here of just here. We'll just watch the whole thing.
To make
and that's it, and then it just loops. So no wonder he has gray hair, because he just says we have 2 systems. Where are the systems, dog? Why do you show a short saying, hey, we're going to make all this cool things about Melee, but we're going to introduce 2 systems? Is it called fuck and you? Because I don't want to get fucked, dog. But you know what? Let's look at the comments. Bean 5000 says, I'm guessing some sort of stamina system and some sort of punishment for missing attacks. The Blonde Devil says, don't fuck up my hammer, Embark. I will cry. Dog, you're going to cry. You're going to cry a river of tears, dog. Everyone focus on the melee weapons. Me, holy first look at new map. There was a new map?
Melee more viable, we've made several changes. We've done a full balance.
Holy shit, there's a new fucking map. Dog, I was so into the melee. Yo, dog, Seda Mon Kadila, thanks for pointing that out, dog. Yeah, the new map. It looks pretty good, man. It looks like it looks like the University of Facebook and Microsoft combined.
Pass on all the weapons, increasing damage, modifying swing speeds, and adjusting range.
Oh, they only show those parts. Maybe a blocking parry mechanic. Well, Sword already has that, so I don't know what this guy's smoking. Death Kid. Oh, so edgy, dude. This will be very hard to accomplish. Melee needs to be less annoying in low-skill beginner lobbies to give them a chance, while also be way more powerful in high-skill lobbies when they're not that viable there. Maybe a stamina system to punish people who just abuse them at low tier. Like, who cares? This is what I don't understand. Why care about low tier shit? If the melee's that horrible, why nerf it? And you know the reason why, everybody knows the reason why. They nerf it because as much as you like the finals, as much as you're good at the game, the majority of the people who fucking suck, they're just cattle, dog. They're just cattle. I think the new kids call it goy and goy slop, and I fucking hate that term. But like every time I see people talk shit, I'm like, dog, like, don't fall into the stereotype. But that's what it is. There's just a bunch of people, you know, playing like low elo matches, and you want them to stay there long because once they show shiny Omni-Man with a space gun and a new map, they want your money. How can they get your money when you're scaring them off with melee? That's why they nerfed melee. Now, anybody that plays the game for long enough, they know how to fight melee. It's easy. You have one person like the melee guy, and if he's using the shield or the dual blades, he's just stuck, and you have the other guy flank. You have to use teamwork, hence the game. Or you find the little exploits, like Riot Shield just shoots feet. You'll win. Or if it's dual blades, you throw a lot of bullets there while moving, so it's kind of hard for him to reflect it back at you. Or you use flame or gas or goo. You use something. Or you do the 50-50 of like, oh, I'm coming at you. And as soon as he does one hit's not going to kill you. The combo is going to kill you. But that first hit means he's open to attack. You could out DPS him with your gun if he goes in for the attack. But I guess everyone doesn't want to think. Nobody wants to think anymore, and no one wants to actually learn the game. So they're just like, devs, nerf. And so the devs like, I like money, and so they're going to nerf it. All right, let's see. Please be a spear mythic skin. Oh, Excelsior, I wish, dog. Interesting. I'm reserving judgment until I see it. As a hammer main, please don't screw this up, Embark. Elijah Wood from Lord of the Rings, they're going to screw that up. I believe it when I see it. Don't you have muscle memory, Mr. Muscle Memory? They're not gonna ruin it, dog. Reading all these comments just make it clear how much the community treats the game like any other shooter. There's so many creative ways to counter melee that high-level players understand. Teamwork, proximity, sensor, goo grenade, good position, etc. Dude, I already like the Wizard of Oz EXE, dog. This guy's smart as hell. Yet most of the player base end up getting cheesed by the melee since they refuse to utilize these counters. Correct. They don't think. The finals melee is really well designed, but in no way perfect. No, don't give him a cop-out, dog. It's fine. It's perfect. He's only saying this because he doesn't want to be that much of a dick to all the losers out there, but if you can't fight melee and win, you're a fucking loser. It is definitely more powerful against lower skill players, and I'm excited to see what Embark is trying to mitigate this. I'm not excited. It's going to die, dude. All right, that was a lot of hate coming from me. That's a lot of hate. Let's like tone it down. Let's take a little chill pill. Let's drink some more coffee. Let's just chill. Oh, okay. I feel a little bit better when I don't have my 1,000 milligrams of like caffeine intake. I get a little grumpy, dog. Almost a crumpy. That's like crappy and grumpy. That's what, I just think of like Tim Allen, Meet the Crumps. all the fucking, cranky Kong, all the cranky grumpiness, dog. If I, instead of taking the black pill and be a doomer, and I take the white pill for being a hope man and just know the hope of this game, if they could do your spammy McSpam, and you have this very small window to do spammy McSpam, then that'll be viable. Because isn't it really difficult if you're like a dagger player and you charge up the dagger and you go for a hit, and you don't really get that one hit kill because you stabbed him in the ribs or some shit, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna die, I better just swipe like crazy, and you swipe. I want to give Embarked the benefit of the doubt that you could do at least 3 swipes to kill one person, and then you have to go and reset to get your bar back. I'll give Embarked the chance to redeem themselves as a peace offering, meeting halfway to a solution. That would be a fine solution. If you're just going to nerf melee, like, let's say this, the benefit of melee is that you have to work really hard to get up there, and then when you're up there, you just cut them. You just cut them like a ninja or a samurai. But if you take that away and you only get 3 hits, and then you're like, oh, I'm fucking tired, and then you have to wait for your stamina bar to like come back to life. Think about all the M11 light players, dude. You're just gonna run up, hit fire, and just unload and then reload. It's like, ugh. I don't know, dude. I think it's stupid. But Pharaoh says, imagine stepping into arena as a contestant in the ultimate game show again. The entire world watching the... Is this a creative writing class? What are you doing, dude? You don't need a dick suck Embark, okay? I mean, unless they're paying you to write this, dude. Sudoku, better sound step audio would be a better start, especially for light. Maybe. I think the sound step's fine, but there are some times where people just come out of nowhere. The audio is kind of weird. I'll have a friendly in front of me, and they'll be jumping, and I hear it behind me. I'm like, is there an enemy nearby? But there's no enemy. It's just my teammates. So the sound could use work. Kitsunami says, I cannot wait to see a dual-wielding Jedi, dude, running full speed at me while deflecting my shots only to jump slam me with both katanas. Even when they said they're implementing 2 systems, which is essentially nerfing it, you are just hating still. It will never be enough for these people. I can tell you that, dog. They're gonna be like, oh, we nerfed melee. We did 2 systems where you lose stamina and you also have no dick. And then they're still gonna be like, well, he still has a butt cheek. And it's like, okay, we'll take the butt cheek off. It's like, well, he still breathes. And then they just, you can't breathe. You're a plant. You just get your ingredients from the sun. Like, it will never be enough for these people. I can tell you this. I've seen this game after game after game. No matter how much you nerf to try to get these guys in, to pay you $10 for some shoes that, oh, space shoes, oh, I've got to pay $10 for that. As much as you cater to these people, they will always complain. Because at the end of the game, it's skill. Just take the games out. Take the system out. Take the industry out. Take all that shit out. What about chess? You got black pieces and white pieces and a board. How annoying would it be if some dude's like, oh, you got to nerf the queen, and the queen's too good. Oh, you got to make the pawn better. The pawn could be better now. You know, he only attacks diagonal. Maybe he could attack backwards. And then you're like, okay, whatever. And as the dev, you code chess and say, make the pawn attack backwards, and then it's a whole new fucking game at that point. You're not playing chess, you're playing Final Fantasy 14, the scrubs win. And then it won't be enough, because pawn strategy will be so good that they're like, oh, you know what? Let's nerf the pawns. Let's just make them have no attack. They're just there. And then let's get the castles and the king, because, you know, he is a king. And technically, in theory, the king has the most power in reality. So let's try to make reality in this game. It will never be enough. It will never be enough. So in my head, I give more respect for game devs that just put a foot down and said, this is our game. This is our vision. This is how we want you to play the game. If there's new things that the players that create, like tech and new shit, we'll embrace it and try to incorporate that in our vision. But that's it. And I can tell you this, changing melee is not in their vision. It's just too many fucking losers that run into sword users and say, oh, this game sucks. I'm going to go and play something else like Call of Duty. But you know what's funny? Like, even Call of Duty, I remember watching this guy's video about how evil Call of Duty is. They program you, the player, that if you get so many kills, you have a percentile fraction off your damage. That's why when you keep playing, you're like, man, that guy's not better than me. I know I'm better. I'm going to go and get revenge. They want you to keep playing the game. So even when you're good at the game, they nerf your damage so you will never win. So you're always in a perpetual motion of just playing slop. Those people that hate Melee belong in slop, dog. They could create a nice little playpen where you have the illusion of being good and skillful at a game, but also make you spend money. All right, let's see. One more comment. Let's do a couple more. I love how Jupiter's casually hanging out in the background. Okay, you could wonder more about planets, you fucking nerd. The Fukumuchi, I can't wait. All right, that's fair. If Mochi Muchi is if Mochi Muchi Mushi Mushi is excited, well, I'm glad you're excited. I'm not excited, dog. The G-Man from that one game, right? If you're holding melee, you're being reconned every second. 100% HP to spear players, as Popchi said to us. I don't know what he. I don't. You know what? Ugh, I'm losing brain cells. I don't. Who's Popchi? I don't understand that. Degen Dargo. So I must relearn my dagger. If that's what must be done, praise dagger. Dog, you don't need to worship a weapon video game, dude. Oh my god, the mental illness is high. Toasted taquito. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. I need my boy spear to be peak. Embark, please. I hope they listen to you. They're not going to listen to you, Doug. Psycho Mad TV, 100% thank you. Dog, I don't know why you're thanking Embark for nerfing melee. You must be one of those melee haters. Sloppy Joe, please, I need a parry option. Okay. Polpuck says, keep cooking, Embark. We need a game. We need this game for a long time. And such banger music, mind-blowing. The music's all right, dog, all right? Navels 95. Looks like they implemented recoil damage. In Pokemon games, there's physical moves that hit your opponent with great power to slice of recoil. It's not Pokemon, dog. I don't think anybody plays shooting games anymore, dude. They just play slop and they get excited for new slop. Don't ask questions. Just consume slop and get excited for new slop. Let's see. The True Turkey says, I'm taking a guess someone at Embark started looking into fighting games where there might be a whiff mechanic where if you miss, they have a window to punish you, but also have to take a guess on melee weapons can all block now, question mark? We'll have to see. No, they're not taking it to fighting games, okay? If they would be taking it to fighting games, they will introduce combos, whiff punishing, footsies, zoning. They would introduce a whole nother thing, and that'll be a whole nother fucking game. Just because it's melee, you don't think like, oh, is this a fighting game? Isn't that meme about with the guy Butterfly, the Sailor Moon Butterfly meme? Oh, Metal Slug, is this a first-person shooter? No, dog, it's still a platform, but you get to shoot at things, dog. Anyways, that's my 2 cents again. I'm going to beat this like a dead horse. The melee is fine in the game, and that's it. That's what the finals has to offer. 2 new systems for melee, and I think it's just going to be garbage. That's my honest opinion. I think the only reason why there's so much hate is, even though I, joke and cope and seethe about why everyone hates it, I think it comes to a point where, let's just say 2 of your friends get eliminated and 2 of the opponents get eliminated. It's 1v1, and that guy is a sword user. Well, it's kind of hard at that point because you can't do an easy strategy of like going around. The challenge is, how can I shoot this guy and not get close to him to get melee, right? And there's a couple of options. You can either, if you're a light player, you grapple and get out and, revive your friend from the totem or whatever. I mean, there's also gas and fire, and you can use some goo, and a little harder strat is like run, crouch, slide, turn around, and shoot. But I think a lot of people, when they get in that situation, they freeze up. Honestly, they just freeze up. They freeze up, and then they die, and then they say, oh my god, if it wasn't a sword user, I would have won. I can tell you this, dog, if he had any other gun, you still would have won, dog. Rip, get good, dog. So I'm still going to be playing the finals, but if Embark keeps making these changes, it's just going to drive people away. Hell, they keep marketing this as an esports, and they keep investing their time as an esports. How can you be investing time as an esports while you're catering to people that don't even want to play your game? Let's be honest, the people that keep running into swords, they're going to leave. It seems like you don't even care about the esports scene. You rather just cater to people who just suck. But anyways, I can't wait. Season 11 Dig Masters, dude. The one change that I would agree in is maybe a stamina bar that has a cooldown, kind of like a reload. But that just defeats the purpose of picking melee because you don't want to reload. But if that makes people to shut the fuck up, then I'm all game. But little secret, they're not going to shut up after that, dog. I'm telling you now. I can see the future, and these people will still bitch about something, dog. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.